What's going on, guys? As you can see, we're changing up the location today. This is my bedroom. Welcome. And so we're doing a Q&A / your assumptions about me video. I've seen a bunch of other YouTubers do stuff like this, and it's always very interesting and kind of entertaining. So I guess it was about a week ago, I asked you guys on Instagram to send me your questions and also your assumptions about me, and I would put that all in a video. And if you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and do that now, because that's where I ask for your participation. Questions like this, or when I do the outfit critique videos, I'm always asking you guys over there. So go give me a follow on Instagram at 40overfashion. All right, we'll just dive right in here and handle some of the hard-hitting questions first. So this question, along with my relationship status, came up several times. And so the first one up is an assumption that I'm gay. Nope, not gay. Thanks for the compliment, but I am very much straight. I like vagina.
You know, I can eat a peach for hours.
I kind of feel like that is an assumption that a lot of people have over other men that pay attention to how they dress and how they present themselves to the world, right? So if you pay attention to your style, that must mean you're gay. I don't know that I really understand that, and if that is some type of a dig, it really doesn't affect me and hopefully doesn't affect you or really anyone else, but to answer your questions, I am straight. Are your male friends intimidated to hang out with you since you're all over what they're wearing? I'd be. Well, Richard, I hope you would not be intimidated to hang out with me, because I really don't judge. I don't pay attention. I don't really take this stuff that seriously, to where if we're hanging out somewhere, I'm going to be all over what you're wearing, or I'm going to be asking you or insulting you, or I don't. This is a judgment-free zone, so I don't really pay that much attention. I don't really care. And I'm assuming, anyway, I'd have to quiz some of my bro pals, but I really don't think they're intimidated to hang out with me. Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Thanks for asking, though. Okay, take 27. So the next question is about hair product, and it is, hair product, what do you use and recommend? So I had to go grab a bunch of stuff. So right now, as far as shampoo and conditioner goes, Aveda products are and have been my favorite for the last several years. But I get to try stuff all the time. So I'm actually working through a lot of Pete and Pedro. As you can see, it's almost gone. For purple shampoo, I'm using this Barcelona Pulp Riot. I got this on Amazon. And I can put links to stuff down below in the description if you guys are interested in any of this stuff. But I use purple shampoo about 2 or 3 times a week. Probably every 2 or 3 days. Probably about every 3 days, I guess, is kind of my schedule. As far as like hair product, once I'm out of the shower, I have a couple different brands of argan oil. I do like the Layrite Cement Clay. I've been using this for a very long time. Good stuff. But I'm almost out of this. The Pete and Pedro Putty. Good stuff, strong hold with a matte finish. And I'm also trying out some new Aveda matte clay that's actually working pretty well for me. But that's kind of it right now. It's always changing. It seems like every 30 days or 60 days, there's something new in the rotation. But these are pretty solid staples for right now. All right, next question, or I think this is actually an assumption, and it's, you are an amazing friend. I would like to think so. Thank you for assuming that. But yeah, I would like to think so. I think that I do try to remember special dates of importance or significance, and I do try to always send text messages. If I haven't spoken to you for a while, I'll send you a text and let you know what's going on, or like a random photo. Just something to sort of stay in touch. Especially now with quarantine, we can't always see the people that matter to us. So it's always nice to stay sort of connected as best we can, even though it's virtually or electronically. I do what I can. You secretly would like to be a gigolo. That would be interesting. That would be a cool job, right? Maybe, I think. I don't know. With the virus and everything going around right now, maybe not so much. You know what's funny, though? So this gets interesting. So back when I was, God, I want to say early 20s, like 22, 23-ish, something. I lived with my cousin, older cousin, and he knew a bunch of male stripper, dancer type guys. And they were always like, we're partying with these guys, and we partied quite a bit back then. And it would always sort of interest me, is like, what would that be like to be a male dancer, stripper person? I thought it'd be interesting. I thought about maybe trying to get into that, but I was never in shape enough, so it never happened for me. Did you go to college? If so, where? I did not go to college. I went to community college after high school. So I don't know if that counts or not. My community college was South Seattle, and I took some auto body, auto paint classes, but other than that, I never went to college. This next one came up several different times. A casado and you're single. So those are assumptions, and no, I'm not single. I live with my girlfriend here in Southern California, and I am divorced. How are you doing since the loss of your friend this week? I know that was hard. So yeah, if you guys don't know, maybe some of you do, I posted a video about this on my channel just a few weeks ago. My girlfriend's father, who lived here with us, passed away, gosh, has it been 2 weeks now? Yeah, it's only been about 2 weeks. He was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. And it was, I swear, it was like 10 days from the day that he was diagnosed until the day that he passed. It was very, very fast. But really one of the hardest working 75-year-old dudes that I've ever met and probably will ever meet. And it's sad, but we're taking it day by day. So if you're asking me right now, I'm doing pretty good, but it sort of varies day to day, but thanks for asking. Next question is from one of my female viewers. Thank you very much. Hi there, I'm one of your female watchers. Can you talk about the proper way men should wear suspenders? Or are suspenders no longer a good style for 2020? I cannot assume this as I do not wear them. I'm curious, and thank you for all of your great style info for the gentleman. Thank you very much for asking the question. I think suspenders are still completely relevant. I would say the one thing that I see more often than not is suspenders worn with a belt. So suspenders versus a belt. It's an either or situation. It's not both. If you're wearing suspenders, you are not wearing a belt. If you're wearing a belt, you are not wearing suspenders. But I think suspenders are always going to be a thing. It's not really a thing. I don't own a pair of suspenders, so it isn't really part of my personal uniform or what I normally go with, but I see it a lot, and I don't mind it whatsoever. I think it's great. Okay, next question. Oh, and if you guys are enjoying this, please let me know by hitting that thumbs up button. I would appreciate that. And some of us live in tropical countries or South America. Do some non-winter fashion stuff. I would love to, but here's the deal, my friend. So I live in the USA, and it's currently late November, so it's cold in most parts of the country. However, I live in Southern California, and it's like 80 degrees outside right now. I'm wearing shorts, but you can't see that. So it's kind of difficult for me to talk about things that I don't really understand. For example, Arctic accessories, Arctic jackets, winter boots, that kind of a thing. I don't own any of that stuff. So it's hard for me, as much as I would love to learn about those things and make those videos and produce that type of content for people that live in Iowa or Montana. It's just tough, right? Because it's not in my direct wheelhouse. So at the moment, at least right now, 2020, I'm gonna sort of stay here and talk about things that I do understand and things that I know and can teach. But otherwise, yeah, great learning opportunities for the future. But right now, I have to kind of stick with what I know. You're a Bitcoin investor / millionaire. I wish, Richard, I wish, but I'm not. I'm not a millionaire, and I don't understand Bitcoin. So the next one is, do you follow in mask and social distance? Yeah, I'm still going out a little bit to a certain reduced extent. I do still see some friends, but it's kind of few and far between. But going out for meals, lunches, and dinners, absolutely. But in California, everything is outdoor seating, so we can't go inside and sit, so it's all outdoor. I wear a mask. I don't have a problem with wearing masks. Yeah, I think it's for the betterment of society if people follow certain rules and regulations, even though it sucks to have to follow some of the stuff. But yeah, as far as wearing a mask, no problem. I assume you're a genuinely nice guy and that you don't just appear that way for the camera. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. I would like to think I'm a pretty nice guy. In fact, I am a pretty nice guy. I can say that pretty confidently. But yeah, I'm glad that sort of transfers through the camera. Sometimes I really don't know how I'm perceived on the other end. But yeah, thanks, Scott. I appreciate that very much. All right, Bob is asking, are you a native Californian or did you move there? Is your style game always on point? So, dude, I'm born and raised in Seattle, Washington. I lived in Seattle for my entire life up until about 5 or 6 years ago when I moved to Southern California. So I'm from Seattle, man. California is kind of a new thing for me, but I do enjoy it down here. I like sunshine. I like warm weather. I like waking up to blue sky every single day. That's amazing. As far as is my style game always on point? No, no, it's not always on point. But if I'm going somewhere, if I'm going out, yeah, I mean, I pay attention. But if I'm kicking around the house or if I'm doing yard work or, yeah, no, I don't. I'm not always on point. Oh my God, Richard, you're killing me. You got a hair system on. No, Richard, I don't have a hair system. This is my real hair. This doesn't come off. And I probably just screwed it all up for the camera. No, it's my real hair. Next question. Do you still do any racing? No, I don't. I can't afford it. I would love to, but I think if I, a lot of you guys maybe know or don't know that I raced cars for about 8 or 9 years, close to 10 years. Back in the late 90s and 2000s, I won a championship as a driver in 2006. But I think if I did it again, I would rent. I would probably do like a Spec Miata or something like that and just go rent a car and not have to have the commitments of storing a vehicle, the truck, the trailer, the parts, the money. I kind of got burned out on all of that during the time that I was racing. So I think if I did it again, I would rent or maybe do go-karts. I'm turning 38 in a few months. Any lifestyle suggestions to put me in the best position for 40? Yes and no, right? I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a life coach expert by any stretch. But I will say, Paul, if you're unhappy, do something about it now. Change whatever your situation is if you're not happy. If you are happy, fantastic. You're already winning. So at that point, all I could really say is plan for the future. We don't really do a lot of planning for the future in our 20s and 30s, but it starts to be more front of mind when we get into our 40s and beyond, that our finances matter as we continue this life journey, right? Because at some point, you realize that you've lived more time than what you have left. So what do you do with the time you have left? No, not only that, but how do I plan for later in life when I'm not working? Focus on all of that stuff, and I hope that helps. All right, this next question is about travel. Very cool. Phil's asking, what's a location you'd like to visit post-coronavirus? So, Phil, everywhere and anywhere. I haven't really done a whole lot of global travel. I've been some places, but like, for example, I'm half Italian. I would love to go spend a month in Italy or more, but I want to travel and see a lot of Italy. I'm Sicilian, so I'd love to spend some time in Sicily. I love to go to Australia. I would love to go to China. Yeah, there's a lot of cool places that I would like to go see. So I think Italy would be first on my bucket list. All right, this next one, I'm not quite sure about it. I don't know if this is a dig, but I assume you are down to earth in spite of your image that says otherwise. So does my image say that I'm not down to earth? I don't know. If that's your assumption, I'm sorry, I think. But and I'm pretty down to earth, man. I don't get too rattled too easily, but I am also very particular about certain things. But as far as being down to earth, yeah, man, absolutely. I would like to think so. All right, next question. And thank you guys for sending in all of these. I really, really appreciate it. Do you consider yourself shy or outgoing? And why are you so into wine? So, okay, first of all, I was pretty shy as a kid growing up. It wasn't until later in life that I sort of came into my own confidence and became more outgoing. But man, I gotta say, there's a lot of situations where I can walk into a room and like immediately work the room and like know everyone's name. But there's other cases where I can walk into the same room and just want to like go sit in the corner and not talk to anyone. I don't know why that is, but I guess it sort of depends. I think I lean more on the extroverted, outgoing side, at least lately. But yeah, I guess that's my crazy answer. As far as the wine goes, I love wine. I don't know what it is about wine, but I think a lot of it for me is pairing food. If you pair the right wine with the right food, it's this amazing flavor bomb that just explodes in your mouth, and it's unlike anything else. Do this. Go buy a bottle of Cab. Go to the grocery store and buy a $15 to $20 bottle of Cab or some Syrah or a red blend or a Pinot Noir, something, right? Stick with Cab if you can. Then go buy some chocolate, just Hershey's chocolate or beef jerky or both. Take a sip of wine. and then eat that chocolate or eat that beef jerky, and it just changes the whole flavor profile and all the dynamics that happen in your mouth. Anyway, that's sort of, I like wine, and I like pairing wine with food, as you can tell. All right, gentlemen, that's where I'm going to wrap up for today. I want to thank you all very much again for sending in all of these questions and your assumptions about me. I hope you learned something maybe new about me in this video, but at any rate, if you're not yet a subscriber, please consider doing that right now, because I'm here at least twice a week with brand new videos that surround men's lifestyle topics for grown-ups. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in a few days for another brand new video, but until then, live well, my friends, and I do hope to see you again very soon.